Sling Media, the creators of the Sling Box. You've been hearing us talk about it for a couple of years. I love my Sling Box. Still use the original one and am thrilled with it. A device that allows us consumers to access our familiar living room experience at any time from any location with laptops, desktop PCs, and Macs, PDAs, and smartphones. These guys have it together. We have access to our stuff anywhere in the world. And you've heard me talking about us watching our TV back home from Tokyo, and as we're doing our show in Berlin and all around the world. It's thanks to Sling Media and their CEO, Blake Krikorian. Blake, welcome back into tomorrow. It's been way too long. How are you?
It has been too long. It's great, Dave. Thanks so much.
It's our pleasure. 2 years ago here at CES,
Yep.
the talk was, everybody's going to just sue you into oblivion.
Exactly.
And, Hollywood's going to just be, they're going to come after you physically.
Yes.
And fortunately, that hasn't happened. You're not bruised. Well, all things have happened. But you not only have hung in there, you've come out with even more products and the ability to say, this is for content that we would otherwise be sitting in front of our TV and watching.
Exactly.
What is it with you people?
Exactly. It's been amazing, Dave. When we first announced this, 2 CESs ago, it was interesting to see. There's a great amount of excitement from consumers, and they saw how consumers were saying how empowering this could be.
It was the buzz of CES.
And without knowing much, the rest of the industry, whether it was the content guys, the mobile operators, the cable operators, the knee-jerk reaction was, my God, the consumers love it. It's got to be a terrible thing.
Yes.
Literally, without even knowing what it was. And we started to, deliver the product, and there are plenty of rumors about us being, sued into oblivion every single week. And fortunately, we've had, 0 challenges to date. But what ended up happening was started to release the product, and the rest of the industry started to understand exactly what it did.
Yeah.
And they started to realize that, hey, wait a second. This is actually a good thing for us as well as the TV networks, as the cable operator, as the mobile operator. And, what you've seen from us is, our ability to, be fortunate in that we minimized external dependencies to our success. We just said, look, we don't want to wait for these guys. We want to get the product out there in the retail stores, and let's let the consumers judge whether they love it. And we've had, a good deal of luck there.
A good deal of luck. It's been incredible.
It has. We're just really, really delighted. We've just continued to innovate. We've released a couple of new Sling boxes just this last fall. We've continued to branch out in support of more and more displays, right? Mm-hmm. We just want to watch our living room programming, as you said, but on any display. And so we launched with PC. Last year I was here to talk about Mac, and we were a little late getting that Mac client out, looking over at my friend here.
Yeah, Gio, our resident Mac guy, that's saying, they finally are supporting us.
So we got Mac support, Windows mobile support, smartphones, PDAs, Symbian support for other smartphones.
Wow.
And at the show today, we just, or a couple days ago, we announced Palm OS support for those crazy Palm fanatics. And it looks gorgeous.
I just had to go back to Windows Mobile just so my Sling would work. That's not the reason you have a PDA only.
Exactly.
People think, well, appointments and phone call. No, because so my Sling box would work.
Exactly. No, and that was a really interesting thing. People were making the move or choosing their mobile phones or choosing their mobile operator based on the ability to get Sling.
Yeah.
And so the mobile operators then started to realize, hey, wait a sec, this is pretty good. This is getting people to sign up for those 3G services. But you should check out the Palm OS. It's awesome because that Palm Trio, the 700p, it's a 320 by 320 display versus the 700W, which is a 240 by 240, and the screen's just absolutely beautiful. But anyway, so we've expanded the number of platforms we support with the Sling Box. We came out with some brand new Sling Boxes last fall. The other thing that we did last year was, interesting enough, we first established in the middle of the year our first partnership deals with pay TV operators. The guys that we said were going to possibly sue us before.
Yeah.
And we did it with some operators outside of the U.S. who are sometimes a little more progressive than the folks here, with Viasat.
And less litigious.
Less litigious, but and so we had Viasat in Sweden, which is like the DirecTV equivalent out there, TVA in Brazil, and these guys, for example, are selling the Sling Box as Viasat everywhere.
Whoa.
Sign up for Viasat service, get your Viasat everywhere.
Sure.
And it's had a good deal of success. And then, the next was the mobile operators. There are a lot of questions about, like Verizon we hear here, is rattling sabers left and right saying, we're going to take down their networks because people are using it too much. To me, that's a pretty high-class problem,
Yeah,
if you will.
exactly. It's a nice problem to have.
But what we ended up announcing in September timeframe was a deal with the world's largest 3G mobile operator, Hutchison, under the brand name of 3. We did this in the UK and Sweden and now Australia and Hong Kong. And what they're actually doing is they're actually supporting the Sling box. They've actually put the Sling Player application on their Nokia phones that come from the factory. So when you get the phone,
Nice.
already has a Sling player, boom, and go. And now what we're announcing at the show today or this week are a couple of things. One is a new product called the Sling Catcher, which in many ways is a reverse Sling box, if you will.
Wow. Okay.
So kind of get your mind around this one. So there's a couple of core applications. One is our Sling box customers. What they said is, it's great. You let me place shift my living room TV to my phone to my PC. Why can't I place shift to another television? So I have a DVR in one room, and I want to get it on a TV in another room.
Oh.
And so the Sling Catcher, what it does is it drives a television, and a Sling box will actually stream to the Sling Catcher to another room. So think about it as your TV on another TV.
Wow.
Okay? And then one of the other things that it does is it has the ability to allow the consumer to take and wirelessly project their programming, a web content that they see on their laptop, as an example, YouTube, abc.com, anything you can do on your laptop and mobile video or web video you can get there, you can wirelessly project onto your TV with no compromises. So
and in about a minute left, I don't want to avoid the fact that you had another pretty big moment too here, a little minor moment with the president, CEO of CBS. I mean, that's not a small company to be working with, and you're part of Les Moonves's keynote in announcing yet another cool thing.
Absolutely, this is a new feature that will apply to all Slingbox users, as well as family and friends who don't even have Slingboxes. And we announced this on stage with Leslie yesterday, and I commend him, for being one of the first content, and they're the largest TV network in the world, got behind this and said, guys, this technology is great for our business. Let's find a way to harness it. We have this new feature we call Clip and Sling. It lets you watch, as you're watching your TV on your Sling player, if you see something cool, a great play, a funny skit, something like that, you want to share it with your friends, hit a little clip button, choose start, stop, and send that clip to your friend. Do that in under 60 seconds. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff, so I'll have to show you a demo when we have more time.
Absolutely. So between Sling Catcher, Clip and Sling, the Sling Projector we didn't even have a chance to talk much about, the Sling Player for TV, there's all sorts of cool things. Visit slingmedia.com for more. When you come by our site, of course, you're a mouse click away. We've got a dozen clicks already because you've had you on the show a bunch of times. And Blake and his team continue to be hard at work at slingmedia.com for more information. Blake Krikorian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks,
We'll
Dave.
catch up with you again and find out what else you're doing.
You got it. We're still working.